So if performing cover songs on YouTube can get you into licensing trouble and get copyright strikes, then why are there so many channels that are focused almost entirely on cover songs? Let's talk about that. Let's go. Hi, my name is Pete and this is Studio Live today, where I help you create, record and release your best music. But if, like me, you're a fan of cover songs, you might be a little bit confused because you're looking around on YouTube and you're seeing so many people producing so many cover songs, and they seem to be gaining in popularity and not getting into any trouble with the original artist. So you might be thinking, well, you talk a lot about copyright and about releasing cover songs and all the hoops you have to jump through. Why are people on YouTube not getting into trouble? Well, there's a few reasons which I'm going to cover in this video. The number one is that on YouTube, artists can actually choose what copyright or what licensing information is attached to their song. And I'll jump in a moment and show you some examples. But at its basic level, song producers, publishing companies, songwriters, artists can choose to either allow cover songs or not allow cover songs at all, or they can allow their music to be used or not used at all. And those that do allow their music to be used can actually do what's called revenue sharing, which means that if you're a YouTube creator and you do a cover song, then you will be eligible to share the revenue made from your video. Now, if you're not making any money from your video, it's not going to be super relevant, but it is important to know which of those songs you can and can't actually do a cover song of, because if you do a cover song of a song that is on the list that does have licensing saying you can't cover it, then you are risking getting yourselves into trouble with copyright and other violations. So let's jump in now and I'll show you some examples using YouTube's link here with all of their music licensing information. So here is the link that you're going to want to check out. This is YouTube's music policies. We're going to tap on that one and jump in and take a look. So what this link shows you is pretty much every popular song that has ever been released. We've got thousands, probably millions of songs in here, and we can search to find the song that we want to cover. So if you're looking to cover a song, jump in here and search for it, and you'll be able to find out if you can cover. So let's do a couple of examples here. Queen are in the news at the moment with the new movie Bohemian Rhapsody. So let's search for Bohemian, if I can spell Rhapsody, and hit the search button in the top right here, like so. That's going to go away and it's going to find any songs or artists with that name. So here is Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. If we drop down this little drop down here, it's going to give us information. So can you use this song? So the using of the song is about if you use the actual original recording and the rules around that. And then you'll see here if you perform a cover, which is what we're interested in. So if you perform a cover, it's going to be viewable worldwide, so it's not blocked in any countries. And monetization says it's eligible for revenue sharing. So this is what we wanted to find out, because if we did a cover of Bohemian Rhapsody and it wasn't eligible for revenue sharing, and we wanted to then monetize or make any money on our channel from that video, we wouldn't be able to. And even if we weren't making money, if it's one of the other categories, you want to be super careful as well. So if we tap on this little I, we get some extra information, and it says there that we may be eligible to share revenue from my video with the copyright owner of this song, and we can tap on that to learn a whole bunch more. So that's an example of where we can actually record a cover song and the licensing will be all good, because we won't get any copyright strikes, because the publisher, in this case whoever owns the rights to Queen's music, has said it's okay for cover songs to be created. All right, let's try another example. Let's go with someone who I know many people like to cover, not me personally, but other people do. What about Taylor Swift? So we'll search for Taylor Swift in the box there, and we'll come across here. Let's just find Shake It Off. That's probably the most popular Taylor Swift song. Uh-oh. This song is not available for use in your YouTube videos. If you use this song, your video may be blocked or muted. So this is the other most common thing that you're going to see when you are searching for a song, which means that if you use this song at all, then your video may be blocked, so it won't be played or muted, which means that that audio portion where you are playing the song will be muted, and if people are listening back, the entire audio will be muted for that portion of the song. Now, what does this mean for covers? Well, it means that if you can't use it at all, then covering the song is going to be high risk as well, because if you do a cover song that is flagged as that original song, it will fall into this category. And I've had that with cover songs before that I've produced that have been, before I knew about this list, that have been on the list of non-monetized, or ones that we can't use, not available for use at all. So if you search your song and you see this, proceed with caution. If you do a cover song of it, then it may get picked up, it may not, but it's probably not worth the risk unless you really desperately want to record that cover of Shake It Off. So one final test here, and I know this is going to bum more than a few people out, but yes, one of my favorite bands, Nirvana. Let's take a look and see what the status is of Nirvana. So if we come here, let's drop down, Come As You Are, and yeah, unfortunately, not available for use on your YouTube videos. So you might be thinking right now, Pete, I have seen so many Nirvana covers. How are people getting away with it? Well, to understand that, we need to know a little bit about how these are actually flagged on YouTube. So there's three main ways. One is the title. So if you say cover of Come As You Are by Nirvana, then it's likely that it's going to get flagged as a cover of that song. Number two is a manual flag. So if your video gets popular enough, and this is probably the important thing to keep in mind, that the actual publishers and the copyright owners are not really going to go and manually find a video that's had a couple of thousand views and then flag it and get their lawyers involved to come and sue you. They're probably going to just let it go as a bit of a fan art. But if you have suddenly got 2 million views and you're monetizing that video, then yes, you're going to find that the music publishers are going to be finding and flagging that content. And the third way is the automated content ID system that YouTube uses. So Content ID basically scans through the audio of your video, and if it finds a match to a song in its database, it will flag it as that song. So this is how you can release a song and an hour later you've got a flag on there saying this is Come As You Are by Nirvana, and therefore this video will now be blocked. So keep those things in mind when you're deciding on which song that you should be covering, and don't be surprised if you suddenly get that little Content ID popping up. So this is just a cautionary tale that unfortunately, if you're going to be recording covers of Nirvana and that's your new career, then monetizing those covers is probably not going to happen, or you're going to find yourself with a few nasty emails from some music publishers. And there you go. So yes, you can do cover versions, you can record, you can put cover versions of songs on YouTube, but just check this list first, because if you're recording a song by an artist who does not allow their song to be used at all, then you are risking getting into trouble, having your song removed, muted, or even potentially risking a copyright strike on YouTube, which is not going to be a pleasant thing and could risk the longevity of your channel. If you've got any comments, questions, or suggestions about this, then you can leave those down in the comments below. What do you think? Do you like producing cover songs? I would love to hear them and see them. If you do have some, feel free to link those down below as well, and I'll see you on the next video. Hey, thanks for sticking around. I've got 2 more videos which are linked down below that you can check out. You can also subscribe to the channel by clicking on the Studio Live Today icon, or head on over to studiolivetoday.com for even more audio goodness.